Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, Emily Harmon Coaching and Consulting, and the Oaks at Lebanon. For more information on Emily Harmon Coaching and Consulting and how she can help you, go to emilyharmon.com. And for more information on the Oaks at Lebanon Retirement and Assisted Living, you can call 541-258-7777. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. So glad that you are with us today. And wow, what an amazing day it is already. It's Monday. Woohoo! I love Mondays. All right. So we are ready to go for today. You know, why do I love Mondays? Because it's the beginning of a new week. It's the start of new opportunities and possibilities. And today I want to encourage you to get out there and to make amazing things happen. Don't wait. Be proactive. Get out there and, take charge of your life. Live the life you choose. Just like my subtitle of my book says, you get to choose where you go. I always say life happens and then you choose. So today I want to encourage you to choose great things and to make amazing things happen. So this is Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. We are here every Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your listening and viewing pleasure. And this show is all about how amazing people connect. That's right. Amazing people I'm blessed with amazing friends. And so I have so many amazing friends like Monica, who's going to be on today, that are willing to come share their value and their expertise with you today to help you live a better life. And I'm always telling people, live your best life now, right? Why wait? Move forward, make great things happen. It's up to you. You do get to choose. And I know there's a lot of things going on, a lot of circumstances in life, right? That can weigh us down, that can push us down. And you know what? Don't let that happen, because your circumstances do not define who you are. The things around you do not define what you can do. You do. You get to choose. So after those things happen, you get to move forward and make amazing things happen. This morning, I'll give you a good example. This morning so I'm dealing with type 1 diabetes now, which is something that came about during my cancer journey. And so things happen. Had a low blood sugar crash, had to take care of that, have to hurry up and eat some food and do some things. And those things happen. But you know what? There was something I could do about it. It wasn't a good thing, but there was something I could do about it. And things move forward in a positive way. And I'm feeling great. And I'm ready for the day today. So anyway, I just love the amazing people we have on there. And, I love to connect. This show is all about connection, because I'm a firm believer that a connection and community building are the foundation for any good business, any good life, really, but definitely any good marketing plan. So Today, we're going to talk about that. And also, I love to connect with you. So go to russhedge.com today. You'll find all the information on me there. Also, you find out where to connect because you can go to russhedge.com/contact and you can connect directly with me. We can Zoom and talk and really get to know each other. Also, you can just connect to me through in any of the social media. You can send me an email, text me, whatever your heart desires. Also, this morning I want to encourage you, if you haven't already, please subscribe on YouTube. You can open another tab right now. Go to marketingwithruss.live. That will take you directly to my YouTube page. Hit that subscribe button. Become part of our YouTube community, because not only can you get notices about upcoming content, which we're on 2 times a week on this show, plus I have 3 other shows. So you get connections and notices about that, but also you can get all the past amazing content, the amazing people that have been on this show. And you want to do that. You want to go to marketingwithruss.live today. Also, share this out. Doesn't matter whether you're watching live or on replay. You can share. Let other people know. Say, hey, everybody, Monica's on today, and we are going to have an amazing conversation. You don't want to miss it. So share this out right now. You can click that share button, and I'd really, really appreciate that. So would Monica. So last but not least, if you have not got your copy of my book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, you need to grab a copy of that today, because it will encourage and inspire you to live a purpose-driven life, to live a life that makes a difference. Live the life you choose. And so you don't want to be befuddled. No, you want to live the life you choose. I'm currently working on and just finishing up a chapter in a collaborative book called Rattled Awake with Lonnie Ray and a whole amazing team of people. So look for a copy of that coming out here in the near future as well. And so I'm just so thankful you're here today. Well, with that, I think we're going to get right to it and bring Monica in the room. Are you ready? Here we go. Hello, Monica.
Hi, Russ. So happy to be here. Yay.
I am so happy you're here. And you are, so it's bright and early in the morning for me, but it's afternoon for you. And so you've already been through an amazing Monday, right?
Yeah.
Well, that is so great. Well, it's so great to have you here this morning. And I think we're just going to start off with, first of all, who is Monica and what are y'all up to?
Yeah. So that's a big question. But let's focus on the business part, right?
Sure.
So I consult and coach high performers, entrepreneurs, people that are going big, right? And the thing is, I know the struggles. I know you have done a lot of work with people on limiting beliefs and holding back and all of that stuff, right? And okay, here's the thing, right? There is actually a word describing people that hold back, that procrastinate, that get in their own way. There's a scientific term for that. Do you know what that is?
No, what is that?
Extensive research have been done. They're called human beings.
I've heard of them somewhere before.
Yes.
Human beings. Yes.
Yes. And I'm one of them. So I created a lot of mess in my life and it didn't make sense, right? Until I just had to make a deep dive into what's really going on with me. And then when I figured that out, I realized, hey, I'm not the only one. This actually happens to all of us. So I love just digging into all of the yuck, all of the stuff that hold us back, because I know the upside to it. Because I was such a big mess. I had all of these like physical ailments and anxiety attacks and all of this stuff. And I felt so stupid for it. And then when I realized, wow, I'm just a human being dealing with real issues and I can deal with them and I can shift that, then I can do that. I can help others as they do that as well. And then they can go like so much further, so much faster. And that's what I love doing.
Well, I love that because you're talking about the yuck of life. And you know what? Sometimes people look at that and they think, we don't want to talk about that. I mean, really, for years, I was so focused on just being positive because I'm a really positive, upbeat guy. But
Yeah.
sometimes you overlook the yuck and the challenges in life, and you really need to utilize that as a springboard, as a growing opportunity to move through. And you've got to be able to experience the emotion, all that goes with things in life to really make yourself stronger and better.
Yeah.
Over the last year, I've clearly learned that. And, but I love all that you're about. And, you and I were talking about limiting beliefs and imposter syndrome and things that hold you down and hold you back. Let's dive into that a little bit because we talked about something that I've dealt with.
Yeah. Yeah. So we all have, as entrepreneurs, I think we all have those fears. We all have those limiting beliefs. But when we're entrepreneurs, they hit us so much harder because we have to push ourselves beyond the comfort zone all the time. Right. So we all have those issues. And for some reason, it's so easy to kind of point finger at, look at you holding yourself back. And it's like, yes, that's the reality. Let's deal with it because it's emotions that are getting in our way, right? And emotions are like people. They want to be seen, heard, and acknowledged. And when we do that, very often they just go the wrong way. And then we can focus our energy on forward momentum instead of focusing our energy on pushing the emotions back
Right.
or down, right? And with what you have been going through lately, you have experienced that very, like, it's been intense, I can imagine.
Yeah.
But the entrepreneurial journey is very, like, it's kind of similar. There's stuff to deal with all the time.
So let me jump in there real quickly and say, I think you hit something that's so important because we only have, as human beings, a limited amount of energy.
Mhm.
No matter how energetic, I'm a pretty energetic guy. We only have a limited amount of energy. And so, how we utilize that energy is so important because if we spend so much energy doing certain things, pushing things down, pushing things out, focusing on negative consequences, whatever it might be, we use up the energy we could have to be moving forward, to be stepping into something new and amazing.
Yeah.
And, one thing I think that maybe a lot of people, I'm probably not unlike a lot of different people. Um, and one thing that I have dealt with is this glass ceiling. You and I talked about that a little bit. And it's a good friend of mine, one of my coaches actually is always telling me about this too. You go to a certain point, you hit this glass ceiling because you feel comfortable to that point. I feel comfortable coaching and dealing with people, small to mid-sized businesses, but it gets to a certain point and I start thinking, limiting myself and a little bit of imposter syndrome, telling myself, yeah, did these big executives really need what I have? Do I have really anything to say to them? Do I have value in that area? So it stops me, even though I know it's not true. We'll stop talking about that a little bit.
Yeah. So wonderful. So let's just kind of dissect what's happening because intellectually, they would benefit, right? So it's not your head actually that's getting in your way. It's your nervous system. And the nervous system is not actually reacting to something you're going to do. Usually there's something in our past that happened that was kind of, ooh, that was painful, right? And now what I'm going to do, now I'm risking some pain again. Not sure I want to do that. So let's take a step back. And now we have a conflict between the thinking mind and the unconscious. And the unconscious is actually in charge for most of us 95% of the time, which is why we get this catch 22. It's a part of the human experience. And that's what's happening when we hit that glass ceiling. So when you think of that glass ceiling, like what's going on, like take that thought, like that you had, they will not, like, will they even be interested in my services? Will they hire me? Will they pay me? And if you bring that thought into your body, where do you feel that?
I don't know. Probably right here.
Yeah,
Probably
so
right in my heart. Yeah.
in your heart. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So here's what I want you, everyone. Like I see so many people saying, "Hi, Monica," and "Good morning." I want all of us to do this together, because imagine we all have our own glass ceiling, and we are going to do something that I call borrowing benefits. So if everyone who's listening now or in the future can choose their own glass ceiling, and then you can do this together with us, and we can collectively break lots and lots and lots of glass ceilings. Imagine, Russ, that someone contacts you like 2026 and say, I heard this episode, episode 338 in 2025. And I broke my glass ceiling, and today I have reached the success I have always dreamt about. How cool would that be?
So cool.
That would be so cool, right? So you have your glass ceiling. Everyone else, choose your glass ceiling, the one you want to break through. Okay? Yes, Michael says, I feel it in my heart. Brilliant. Byron says, I feel it in my soul. Okay, so feel into that. And now, Russ, you feel into the resistance. So the resistance toward making that one step forward and getting in touch with these, you would say, high levels, executives. Feel into the resistance 1 to 10. If 10 is like, whoa, I will never do it, and 1 is no resistance at all, how big is it right now as we're talking?
Oh, I don't know. As we talk about it, I get more encouraged by the moment, but I don't know. Resistance is probably, so you said 10 is the most resistance?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe 5.
Okay. So what would bring that resistance even higher?
What would bring the resistance to helping them even higher?
Yeah.
A,
Like,
a,
like,
well, maybe like a bad experience, like you reach out, you take a
mhm.
chance, and suddenly it doesn't go well, and then you think, yeah, so I knew that because I should have stuck with where I was at, right? I think that happens to a lot of people.
Yeah. So if we make that, like, if you think of an executive that you would have like a 5 resistance to right now, okay?
Uh-huh.
And then imagine going one step higher up in the hierarchy.
Okay.
Can you feel like, will there be more resistance? Like an even bigger name, even bigger corporation. See if you can bring it up
Um,
to 6 or a 7. What would that look like?
well, good question. um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So, okay. So just to make sure that I'm understanding the last question correctly. So if I was to go with someone bigger that might increase my resistance, what would it look like to overcome that? Is that what you're asking me?
No, I'm saying, like, if you think of an executive now, right?
Uh-huh.
So maybe it would be like just anyone in the executive sphere, right?
Okay.
What if you were to choose someone like a celebrity? Would that bring it
Change
up?
change their ability?
Yeah, to like reach out to them and say,
Yeah,
hey, look, I can help you. Someone who's really established and
right. Right.
connected, will that bring up the resistance towards doing?
I think if I was able to connect with them and actually, yeah, I don't know. I think that would actually lower the resistance because then I would be encouraged.
Okay. Yeah. So you are such a positive guy. So you are always looking for the positive outcome, right?
Right.
With your intellectual brain. But I want you to
Right.
go into your heart. What would be a really scary person or situation to get yourself into that would bring it up?
Yeah, no, I hear you. There's a couple large corporations in our area. If I was to meet with the CEO of those corporations, yes, I'd be very nervous and have a little bit of fear and all those kind of things going into the appointment. What
Okay.
thinking about the outcome.
Yeah. So choose one of those corporations. You don't have to share like the name or anything here, but just for your own,
Okay.
just choose one of those corporations and imagine reaching out to the CEO.
Okay.
How big is the resistance?
Yeah, it would be, I would have to overcome that. It would be resistance for sure. I would say that would probably move it up to probably a 7 because I'm a pretty, yeah, it would be a lot, but I would be willing to do it.
Yeah. And so Michael here has Donald Trump as his person to reach out to. So yeah. So just feel everyone, imagine the next step and bring the resistance, make it something that is, whoa, that's a big one. So your number, Russ, was 1 to 10.
Was a 5 to start.
And now it's a
With that situation, probably a 7.
7. Okay. So feel into the 7 and everyone feel into the number you have right now. So, and all of you set the intention, let's break that glass ceiling. So, Russ, how do you know it's a 7? What's going on in your heart right now?
I'm nervous and afraid of the outcome.
Okay. So, what would be like the worst outcome?
They totally reject what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. So, what if that corporation says, wow, Russ, you're such a fake, we'll never hire you? How does that feel?
Not good.
So, what's going on in your heart right now?
Oh, I mean, I'm feeling rejected and feeling unworthy and those, emotions.
Yeah. So what we're doing now, I'm not going to have like make you sit in that for the rest of the day. We're just honoring the emotion. This is what is right now. Because we cannot change what we are not aware of. And to be aware of it, we need to open up to feeling it. Does that make sense, Russ?
Yep.
Yeah. So is there any sensation in your heart right now? Like, is there a movement or a temperature or like color or anything going on?
Um, I don't think of it that way. Color, there, I mean, if I'm in that resistant state, is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Allow yourself to be in the resistance state.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah, I don't know, red, and I'm got, I'm worried. My heart's beating.
Good. Okay. Your heart is beating. That's quite kind of telling, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. It's not often, I would guess, it's not often your heart is beating when you think of business, like in a stressful way, right? Because you have fun. You seem to have fun most of the time.
I do.
Yeah. And this thing makes your heart go, ooh, I'm not even sure I want to go there. So this is something new. This is moving outside of the comfort zone. See that?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If you were to succeed, though, would it be worth it?
Yes.
Because here's the thing, right? The question is not actually never how hard or scary is it? The question is always, would it be worth it?
Right.
So we are going to do something that looks really silly, but really works.
Okay.
Have you ever heard about tapping?
Yeah, I do that
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. So let's do that for that corporation, that CEO. So I want you to give that CEO like a phony name so
Okay.
that we don't give him like, we don't want to call him out on this podcast. So if you were to give him like a name just for the sake of the tapping, what would you call him?
Bob.
Bob. Okay. So everyone else, you name your character, your CEO or whatever will break your glass ceiling, and let's do this together. So let's see if we can decrease the resistance. And we are just going to do a tap and rant. We're just going to voice the emotions that show up and honor them and see if they will kind of cave in. Okay?
Okay.
So tap, I'm going to show you first, right where your eyebrow starts, where you can feel like the first strands of hair. And then on the side of the eye. And then under the eye, right under your iris as you're looking forward. Under the nose, in the crease of your chin, and then where the collarbone meets the breastbone.
Okay.
Okay. So and if I say something wrong, Russ, just tell me.
No, you're not saying anything wrong. I do have to tell you one thing though. We have about 3 minutes left of the
Brilliant. Let's go. Okay. I am going to reach out to Bob. And just repeat after me. I'm going to reach out to Bob. I'm going to reach out to Bob, and it's scaring me. But it could actually be really fun. That would be my next step up. I'm going to reach out to Bob. Okay, take a big deep breath. And now think about reaching out to Bob. Feel the resistance.
The resistance is going down.
Give me a number.
I'm at a 4 right now. I'm ready to go.
Okay, so let's do it. So just repeat after me. It wasn't that hard.
It wasn't that hard.
It was my emotions playing with me.
It was my emotions playing with me.
I know it would be so worth it.
Not really so worth it.
I think Bob would be happy to hear from me.
I think Bob would be happy to hear from me.
I'm going to call him tomorrow.
I'm going to call him tomorrow.
Okay, take a big deep breath. Breathe out. Feel into that. Feel the resistance.
Yes.
Yes to what?
That is good. My resistance went way down in that.
Yeah. So how about calling Bob tomorrow?
I'd be calling Bob now.
let me know how it goes.
Yes. I think that one thing I love that. The whole time you were doing this, I was thinking about a book I just finished by Brendan Burchard. And a lot of what you're talking about and what he talks about is really coming to that point where, really centering on ourselves, focusing, reducing resistance, like you talked about, and really realizing you have a lot of value. And that value is going to be for some people and it's not going to be for other people. But that's okay because your unique value is God given and is out there for so many people. And so you shouldn't be, I always tell people, don't let your circumstances define you, right? Don't let one bad experience or things define you. Move forward in spite of that, and don't let resistance build up, like you're saying. And I do love the tapping is very calming for me. So I do really love that.
What it does, it lowers your adrenaline and your cortisol so that you get back into your brain and can actually think again. And that's what we
Right.
want to do, right? Running a business, you need to have access to your brain.
And I think another thing too that goes along with that, and this is something Brendan brings up in this book, but it goes right along with what you're saying, and that is every hour or so you need to get up. You need to give your brain a break. You need to either take a walk around the block or just walk around for just a minute, get away from what you're doing and come back to it and really focus in. Either do some tapping or just breathe deep, focus on what you're doing. And what that does is it helps to lower resistance, lower stress and all that you're doing. And I think that's amazing. So, okay, we got to have you back, Monica. We're going to have to do another one. So we'll set that up. But in the meantime, let everybody know, how do they get in touch with you?
Easiest thing is, I have a secret. I put a 15-minute quick chat link all the way down in my LinkedIn profile. So those of you who are watching now know that it is there. So just go down. If you want to have a chat, use that link.
There you go. And your LinkedIn profile is right below you there and your
Yeah,
website. So
brilliant.
everybody, it's clickable. It's easy for you to get to everybody. And Monica, amazing, amazing. We are going to schedule as soon as we get off this call today for have you come back, and we're going to dive into this a little deeper. A half-hour show is just not quite enough to do all that we need to do. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
You bet. And by the way, hang tight because I'm going to meet you in the green room. We'll talk in just a sec. All right. Hey, everybody. Well, thanks so much for coming today. Wow. I mean, that was too quick, too quick. That was just really getting into it, getting relaxed. And I hope you were too. So I hope this makes you want to come back for part 2, right? I hope this makes you want to come back for Marketing with Russ with all of our amazing guests. So thank you so much for being here today. We are going to be back this coming Thursday with another amazing guest. And then here in the near future, we'll be back with Monica for another episode. So thanks so much, Monica, for agreeing to that. And I just want to thank y'all for being here. Remember, we're here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your viewing and listening pleasure on Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. And I tell you, until we see you again, I just pray you have a great day and a great life. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.